All right, folks. Rusty Shanks back with episode 3. We've got our manor in, so we're going to be able to start collecting taxes at some point. I want to try to keep everybody a little bit happy right now, though. So, first thing we're going to need to do is we're going to need to get some houses going. I need a couple more workers here. Everybody has a job right now. I have 2 free workers. One of them does not have a job. The other one is my berry farmer. So hopefully the 2 of them together can get a couple houses built real quick, because right now I'm out of space. And what I might do, since I do have 2 workers, maybe they'll split the task here a little bit. I need to build one of these bloomeries. Let's see, where do I want to put it at? I think I've got everything down there locked up. All right, we're going to put that right there, and that's going to take the iron ore and turn it into iron bars. And with that being said, we are going to need a Smithy. So our main street here is filling up pretty quick. That's kind of what I'm hoping to bring a couple people in to work at those places. We are in October. Yep, winter is approaching, so it's going to be cold here pretty soon. Should have plenty of firewood. Okay. I do have somebody working there, right? Yep. Okay. How are we doing on logs? Oh, am I looking at the right thing there? 5? Is that all he's got? What am I doing? 21 timber. Okay, so I think he's got 5 at the camp, and then there's a bunch laying out here in the woods. Okay, let's see here. Is that built? Oh. Okay, we're going to do that. Get that upgraded. About got the bloomery done. Everything else is kind of okay. Well, let's slow her down here. Okay, so this is you got to have fuel going to this, so that's going to get into our firewood just a little bit. I do have 1 worker free. Okay, I'm going to put him in there because we got to get some iron bars started. How are we looking on tools? Still got 5 tools. What I'm going to try to do is I'm going to get through. Oh, what? We just did go to November, didn't we? If that is the case, I didn't get any influence, but I probably wasn't there for a full month either. All right, let's see here. They're upgrading that. How much money do I have? Okay. That's another thing I needed to do. I think I've only got 1 farm that's producing pigs, so let's see. We get that one. That brought me down to $66. All right, so we've got 3 pigs going there. I've got $41. I think I'm trading firewood right now. So yeah, I'm down to 30. Here before long, we can probably start trading out some planks too to get some other money coming in. We're definitely going to do tools, but we need to build up enough tools for ourselves first, and then kind of start sending them down the line. Okay. Oh, I hit that. Trying to decide. Okay, yeah, I have to have a church. I have to have a church to get up to level 2. So that's got to be on the agenda also. You have to have a person to run the church also. So it's kind of one of them deals. Okay, the Smithy's done. Okay, that's done. It's kind of one of them deals where we definitely got to get some extra food coming in because you have to bring in so many people to fill so many jobs that again, I'm beating this to death, but if you have a drought, you're in a little bit of trouble. Even if you've got a couple farms going, because you'll produce like a quarter of what you might normally produce. Okay, so I need somebody to show up and move in is what I need. Did I get them? Yep. I need to kind of get, okay, that's 20 for those, and that is 32 for carrots. 14 weeks, 10 weeks. All right. I think I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then I'm going to tell my plank guy here that he can make 30 planks. Just check this. So we're at 22. So what I want to do is I want to try to start sending out some planks to get a little bit more money coming in. I need a couple people to move in so I can get... all right, so I do have a guy in here. Let's see, advanced. Iron slab. I'm going to have him make 20. So once he makes 20, we're going to turn those 20 into tools. That'll be our tools. And then we'll start selling some other stuff. But I need somebody to show up. They can work in the Smithy. All right, and I'm controlling the forager right now as my builder. Let's see. See if the pigs are producing anything. Still not seeing any pork. But I only had the one going, so that makes sense. So anyway, like while we're kind of waiting, we'll fast forward this, wait for somebody to come in. You know, here you've got the charcoal kiln. That's where your worker takes firewood and turns it into charcoal. So that's like another thing you can either use for your, use for your, fuel, I think is what they call it, or you can trade it out. We just did the bloomery. That's gonna be important. We did the Smithy. So at some point in time, and this is what I was saying about the clay, there's really only one operation that comes from the clay, and that's the clay furnace. Oh, here a new family came in. You take clay and turn it into roof tiles. Now I have this sneaky suspicion, and I have not been there yet. I haven't got to the third level yet. I have this sneaky suspicion to get to the fourth level, you might have to have roof tiles to upgrade your houses. So I've been kind of hoarding on those too, especially when at the best we're going to get 118. Okay, yeah, that person just moved in. I'm basically going to have 118 clay. Well, if each house needs 5 clay um, roof shingles or whatever it is, then chances are good I'm going to run out and have to start trading some in. All right, I think we got them. Yep, we got them planted. I've got somebody working the Smithy now. Let's get him going. We want to have 20 tools. So let's see where we are. We were at 5. So we're down to 4. That should give us 24 tools. And I think you start with 10. So you kind of go through them fairly quickly considering it's November, and you have to give a hammer to each one of the or a tool to each one of your industries. So that's got a little bit to do with it too. All right, now I think really, we should be in good shape. We've got the tools going. I think what I'm going to maybe do now, I'm waiting to see if I can get some money coming in. All right, he's already got it up to 32 planks. So, okay, where did I put my trading post? Down here? No, where did I put? Oh, I know. I put him over here. I kind of forgot all about that. All right, trade. We're going to trade some planks. Export. I want to make sure that I always have about 15. So that should sell the rest of what I have. That should sell about 15, 16 of them. Okay. That'll get us some more money coming in. And what I need to do now is I need to build a church. Now the church is kind of big, so got to kind of figure out where I want to put it at. I kind of need to think about the future here. I'm feeling like we're going to put some farms, and I'll show you something here about the farms. I don't know what emmer fertility is, but as you can see, some areas are kind of green, some are red or orange, some are red. The green seems to be where you can grow the best. Well, so flax, and here's the other thing I've noticed, this changes by the month. So each month you might see a different reading, but this right over here looks like a fairly decent area for barley. We need barley down the road later for our brewery because people want to be able to have beer and clothing before we can go to level 3. Okay, this is really good for rye right over here. So we might do some farms up there. Oh, look at that. That is definitely some big field. Oh, that's on the other side. Never mind. Never mind that, folks. That's on the other side. There's a little bit of green down here. But it looks like there's some green underneath these trees right here. So that could end up being a good spot for some rye. All right, so anyway, with that being said, that kind of tells me I don't want to build my church over there. I think what I'll do, let's see how big it is. It seems like it's pretty big, yeah. And I kind of like having that space for the stores and stuff that I have to build. Tell you what we'll do. Oh, I just made $2. I need a little bit more money here. All right, let's do this. Maybe. We're going to run this road straight down here. That way maybe we can build in behind that at some point in time. And that kind of fixed the old fisherman's hut there. All right, we'll get this church going. I need to get some more money coming in because I need to get these backyards full of stuff. We still have not... Oh, yeah, we got one person that came in to work, I think. Smithy's full. Let me see here. Yeah, I'm still waiting on one person. What's this? Oh, okay. Yeah, we can do that. We may as well. We want to do vegetables back here. And maybe by the time we get some planks, let's see, did they send? Oh, shoot, I'm down to 8 planks. That is the one thing about the trading. I don't know exactly. Unless I use those planks to do that upgrade, I'm not sure. But, oh. What don't I? Oh, I do have somebody working that. Never mind. Okay, I'm down to 8. I said I wanted to have 15. All right, I'm going to change this. I'm going to put it up to 20. That brought us, we got rid of a whole bunch of them. I don't know if that was something I built. Oh, maybe. That might have had something to do with the church. But anyway, we don't want to trade out all of it. We might need some. And he definitely will dig into the post that we've got. Let's see how many of those. See, we've only got 10 timber or 10 logs. All right, construction on something. Was that level 1? Oh, I think that was the gardens they're talking about. And it takes a minute to build this church, but that should end up giving us quite a bit of influence going into the next month. But yeah, okay, I'm still waiting on one person to show up. They will probably work at the church. I think I've got all other jobs filled except for the berry. Oh, I want to look at this too. Okay, good. We're already up to 11 tools, so we're doing good on the tools. Yeah, I mean, I think you can actually just make iron bars and trade those too, but it's almost like you have to figure out how to store a couple away so that they don't just turn it into tools. I haven't quite figured that out yet, but there is a little option that says reserve. This building will stop production if the region's surplus of this resource is less than or equal to the reserve. So the problem with that is that we don't really have we don't have an end to this. This is like endless. So I don't know if that actually plays in mine, but I guess I'll try it. I'll just say that I always want to have 15. See if that works. Okay, we're waiting for somebody. Oh, somebody showed up. Okay. Now somebody showed up, but I got to put them in the church, so I got to wait for this church. They can go help them get that built real quick like. So while they're doing that, I'll kind of keep going back through here because I try to do this every now and then. I don't think I need any more logging camps right now. I don't think I need any woodcutter lodges right now. I think we're good at the saw pit. We got plenty of trees, so I don't think I need to have anybody growing any trees. We've already got our forager hut. We don't have any animals, so there is an actual like icon like this that shows an animal paw on there, so you can actually set up a hunting camp, but we don't have that in this region. Already got a fisherman's hut. We don't need that anymore because there's no more stones to gather. So again, either I have to start trading in stones or I gotta take over another place that has stones if I start running out of what I have. All right, there is a hitching post, but I don't feel like that's that important right now. Granary, storehouse is good. We did our trading post. At some point in time, we're going to want to do a livestock trading. We really got to get some more stuff that we can get traded out and make some money because you can trade. You can get some goats and sheep, I guess, really is what it is, and those make wool. And then the wool is turned into yarn. The yarn is turned into clothes. But again, that's a long, windy road there where you got to bring in people, build more stuff, and you got to have enough built up. You got to have enough wool built up. We're going to do a farm eventually. I'd like to get everything else that kind of needs to get going right now. But once we have a farm, we're going to end up building like a windmill, which breaks the wheat grain into wheat flour, rye grain into rye flour, which then can be turned into bread. So there's your other food resource that you can bring in to kind of make sure you've always got a little bit of something in the granary there. The problem with that again is you've got to have a big enough farm. Otherwise, it's almost not worth it because you've got to wait a full year for that to come in. I think we were already going through this. So the stonemason station, workers turn rough stone into dress stone. So you really can only do that if you've got like unlimited stone going on. Now you do have this here where this, you also, again, this is what I say in the rock. There's actually a couple jobs for the rock, but, workers turn rubble stone into mortar. But again, we want to keep all of our stone. It would only really be good if it was limitless. The malt house is where we turn barley into malt. Now, with that being said, when you get to level 3 on your, or level 2 on your housing, you can actually, instead of building either the garden or have the animal husbandry in the backyard, you can actually turn it into oh, I can't remember the name of it, but it basically takes your malt and turns it into alcohol. I don't think it's a tavern, but it's basically a tavern. So once you get sheep, once you start trading in and getting sheep and basically have a sheep farm, they give you hides. You can turn the hides into leather. The leather you can turn into shoes. I think the shoe cobbler is like level 4, maybe even level 3. I haven't been to level 3, but I think level 3 is where the cobbler comes in. The cobbler takes leather and makes shoes. Here's where the weaver shop is. He takes wool, turns it into yarn, flax, turns it into linen. So that's pretty much everything that you can build and give people jobs for. Like I said, you can do as many people as you want to bring in that will actually come in. You can give them jobs, and if you can keep them busy with jobs, then you usually keep the town happy. The biggest problem is you got to make sure you're producing enough food to feed everybody. I forgot to hit the fast forward button, folks, and this church is taking forever. Okay, we went into December, and my influence still hasn't gone up. So we're going to see what happens with the church. Once the church gets built, I'm hoping that jumps up quite a bit. Because again, we got to have 1,000 influence, and we got to have $250 in the treasury, which means at some point I'm going to have to start taxing these fools. All right, the church is done. Okay, now we're going to put somebody, what's this say? Oh, okay. We can't do that yet. All right, we're going to put somebody in there. I think I get to pick what kind of bell I want. All right, we'll stick with that one. All right, so our church is up. Now, what that should mean is if I want to upgrade these now to level 2, I can upgrade them to level 2. I've got $40 in the kitty. Let's see, do I have anything? Okay. What about this one? Okay, I don't have anything in either one of those. I have beets growing in the 1. These take a little bit longer. They're $32. How much are the beets? 20. I think I want to do a little variety. They seem to like when you have variety. But now I'm down to $8. So how are we looking on the planks? 30. Our timber is low. Okay, I've got a feeling that this guy is he's digging into that lumber. Oh, I'm just gonna drop this down to like 10, which means we kind of lose that leverage for. All right, we have 16 tools. We're gonna wait until we get a few more tools. All right, so now I have to kind of decide what the next thing I want to build is, and I'm gonna have to build a house to bring some more people in. And even though we just went through this, just gonna double check one more time real quick. Yeah. The animal trader is definitely up at the list. I would say the farm, but the farm's not going to do anything. Also, the sheep that you get the sheep farm, you can't get any wool in the wintertime. So right now that's not going to do me any good. Really none of these are going to do me any good. I don't have much of anything. I could do the charcoal kiln, but it just eats through your firewood, and it's not necessarily worth having right now. Even though if I wanted to build a house and bring two more people in, it would give them two more jobs. But or I'd have they'd each have a job. Um, all right, I think I'm gonna build this livestock trader somewheres. Let's put him right next to here. Somebody's out of work. Okay. Which one is this? The logging camp? Okay. Let's see where you at. Okay, I think he was right over here. All right, I'll tell you what. I need to get into some of this over here because that is where I think the rye was looking really good at. We definitely want to bring in some rye. Uh, okay, and I did that, right? Let's see. So yeah, with the rye, of course, you can do the you can do you end up with the rye flour so that you can do the rye bread. I felt like there was something else that rye was good for, but maybe I'm thinking of the barley. The barley goes into making the brew. Oh, I know what I was thinking. Flax. If you can get flax, you can turn that into linen. So anyway, I think we're kind of at a point right now where we're kind of just trying to figure out, maybe waiting until we get into springtime to start thinking about some sheep and start thinking about some sort of a farm. Again, it kind of depends on where we're at in the time of the year. So I think we have to start. We basically have to be ready to go by September. So we'll have to look over in this area when we get closer to September and see if there's something else that grows better than the rye. But I think I'm going to focus on having a rye farm over here. That's just kind of the idea for right now. I think right now we're just kind of. Oh, well, that's here's a good point. I don't have anybody to put in the livestock trading post, which isn't that big of a deal. Okay. But I think what I'm going to do, I think I'm going to build one more house. Probably what I'll do is I'll just finish this episode out by getting us one more house in here. Let me put that there. Connect that there. Okay. I need to get somebody working the livestock. I'll tell you what I'll do because it will come in handy. I'm going to put in another hitching post. Let's see. I don't really want it down there because I'll probably have to build some houses down there. I just kind of put him over here on this side of the town. Can I get any closer? No. Put that on this side of the town. It definitely does help to have a couple of these hitching posts. And then I need to build another house. Oh, what's that? Why is that not letting me do that? Okay. I don't know what that was doing. It's like showing up red for some reason. Okay. Because it's like I might be able to close it, but I haven't figured out how yet. Okay, that's not going to give me what I need. Oh, dang it. That road's in the way. I had a feeling that thing was going to come back to haunt me. All right, let's do this. I'm going to build us a road straight down here. Yeah. Okay. All right. Try this again. Oh, I think that's a little bit out of whack. Get out of the way, would you? But I think as long as I build them like that completely. Oh, wow. So we just went into January and I still did not get any influence, even though the church has been there for a second. All right, what are we saying? Okay, the Woodcutter's Lodge, I think, is out of, let's see, advanced. Where's your work area? It's hard to see that in the wintertime there. All right, we're going to get, I'm going to have him work, I'm going to have them work this corner right over here. Get that out of the way. All right. Okay. So I did not get any influence, and I'm pretty sure the church was there for the full month. So where are we at? 76 approval rating. Okay, I have an idea that we're gonna try here. Let's see. Oh, I'm out of. Okay. All right, I think this is what I need to do. I need to put him on pause. And I need to have him help the logging camp because he's hogging all the logs to make planks. So that's the thing that gets a little weird too, is trying to figure out exactly how to get him to make make. My thought was they were going to make 20 and then they were going to stop until I told them to make more. Oh, now I forget where I'm at. Okay, we're building a house right here. I've got this the wrong way. Hang on, folks. Here we go. It's a little bit off kilter there for a second. Not that that's anything new. So yeah, I need to put him on hold for a minute. And I'm going to have him help get some logs dragged out of here. And then, yeah, I've got my one worker to build the house. Yeah, it seems like if it's not one thing, it's another on here. It's like if you don't basically put the wild berry person on hold during the wintertime, the question mark pops up like every 5 minutes. Oh, I can't find any berries. I know. It's wintertime. Just hang out at the berry hut and keep it down. Hold it down there, folks. Yeah, there's not much else left at some point in time. And what I may do, once I have kind of the jobs I need to have going, then what I'm going to probably do, for example, since I have the berry feeder or the berry collector as my worker, is I would set up I'd have them come over here and build a clay collector mine or whatever, however you say that. And then they could basically do that all winter. And if I had, say, my fishermen, I could send them both over there to collect that. And if you remember how quickly they gathered up all that, I mean, I think it was 118 stone. It sure didn't take very long. And they had it collected. So once that's done, we're basically done with the temporary jobs, except for the seasonal jobs, the fishing and the berries. So I guess with that being said, then it's kind of on you if you want to keep growing your town bigger. But I'm still trying to figure out the influence. So once I get this house built, um, and I get a couple people in here, then I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna raise the taxes. I also need to upgrade everybody to level 2. But that takes a lot of logs, so I need these guys to go gather some logs up. There's 8 on the ground now, so got a little ways to go. And we got to get this one upgraded too. All right, fast forward, here we go. Let's get this house built. Okay, that's done. Go to the next level. I kind of realized if you wait too long to do that, it seems like all your workers walk away and then it takes even longer. Everybody's just staying real busy. Going on here in the iron mine. Get it, bud. Yeah, they're getting after it now. Okay, is this? Nope, that's still going. All right, I think what we're gonna do, we're gonna end this episode here in just a second. After I say just a second, we're gonna get these houses upgraded to level 2. Maybe we get that done by January. I kind of doubt it. I'd like to see if once I have it upgraded to a level 2. Okay, I'll tell you what, I think I'm going to put goats back there because we need to get some hide coming in. How we doing? Is he keeping up on the logs? He's only got 1 in the chamber there. 11. So yeah, they're bringing them in pretty good. That one should be just about done. They're busy out there, folks. They're busy. I don't really know if these trees regrow. I don't know if I've made it that far. Okay, you're gonna have goats. Oh, I forgot. I'm out of money. All right, let's get this upgraded to level 2. Let's get this upgraded to level 2. Let's get this one upgraded to level 2. How are we looking on our... Oh, he's at 185 of 250. 78 of 500. We may have to upgrade our storehouse here before too long. Yeah, I'm probably getting ready to use up quite a bit of these logs here. I'm up to 20 tools. That's the other... Oh, what's this? Oh, they're saying I don't have enough resources. So I've gone through my construction finished on that. Okay, so that's basically upgraded. So here's the requirements for level 3. So I've got the foraged good, vegetables, grains. I got the meats and the fishes, animal produce and fruits, fuel, garments, beverage. So I've had the garments before. I haven't quite made it to the beverages because I wasn't able to get enough hops produced. The place I lived in, I say hops, I think it was barley. The place I lived in did not have a very good barley area for growing barley. So that was hard. And I wasn't making enough money on my trading to actually trade in for alcohol or barley. Barley or something else, whatever those guys make. Goodness. Malt is what it is. And that actually turns into the alcohol. So I haven't made it that far. I just know I have to have alcohol and I have to have clothing, garments coming in. Everything else is pretty well taken care of on level 1. Oh, we can fast forward this again, folks. All right, and still I have 2 open spots. Yeah, nobody's moved into here yet, have they? Nope. How are we doing on? Okay, 10. They've got timber. How's the plank situation? Oh. That's what the problem is. I'm low on planks. All right, so I've got to pull this guy off. Okay, that didn't sound very good. I got to grab that guy from that job and put him on this one. Oh, shit. All right, so we got to get some more planks made. And here's the thing. I got to see if he's going to go right into it or if I have to move the number up. Yeah, we just got into February. Still, my influence didn't go up. I think these got...
No slacking off.
Whoa, no slacking off. I think this guy's waiting on logs. I think. Or he's waiting on me to tell him to make some more. Let's find out. This is another reason that a lot of times I don't have it going fast, because you'd be surprised losing a little bit of time what it'll do to you. Okay, let's see here. Let's get you up to 20, even though... Okay, we got a new family that moved in. They can help get this place built. Or, I'll tell you what, I'm going to put them on the logging camp. That way we can get some logs coming in. Still only 2 planks, so I think he's probably got to go all the way out here and get the logs. Okay, that's just telling me they've moved in there. All right, that's done. Okay, now we're at a medium village now. Okay, yeah, there's waiting on planks. I think that's why it's not showing up. I think the planks are going straight to those build sites. And I still have one place to... I still have room for one more family. Give me one more worker. We're getting really close to being about as until we start getting into the farming and even doing the sheep. I mean, that's like basically just one job for one person. Just going to depend on how many sheep I want, which they're expensive. I think they're about $30 a piece. So what do we got here? Oh, he's still looking for... Which one is it? Is it the log guy? Vance. Okay. I think he's out of wood. One of them is. All right, let's see. Did that? Nope, that didn't clear the question mark, so it must be the woodcutter. Surely that's not so. Oh, I know why. I said this earlier. For some reason, there's a lot of areas around the berries. The trees around the berries, they don't really clear out very well. Okay, where are we at? Slow her down here a little bit. Okay, so that's level 2, that's level 2, and that's level 2. Still only have 2 planks. All right, we're going to have to build up some stuff before we update anything. But I think, folks, I'm going to end this episode here. On this next episode, we're going to work on getting these last 4 houses that I have up to level 2. And then I'm going to hit the tax on them, and I'm going to see if that's going to help me get my influence up. I've got to get to 1,000. I've been here a couple months now, and I still have not got any influence except for when I very first came in. Let's check everything before we go. We got 11 timber, 2 planks. I don't know why. I don't know why. He hasn't made any planks for a while. Let me get it up to 40. I don't know if they're just going... Maybe... Oh, this is probably why. He's got to go all the way up into the woods to get this dragged down here, I think. All right, anyway. So, we're getting into February. March, I think we can start getting berries collected again. I can't remember if it's March or April, but basically the blueberries and the fish start thawing out at the same time. So I think that's going to be it for this episode, folks. We'll jump into episode 4 at some point in time. We'll see if we can get this village kind of tightened up a little bit. We'll see if we can start grabbing some influence and hopefully start looking for the next little area to take over, because this one here is going to kind of run... It's going to kind of run its course until we decide what to do. But I think at some point we're going to do a couple farms. We're going to do we're going to do at least one sheep farm. So we really are probably only looking at bringing in a couple more people on the next episode. I appreciate you watching. I hope everybody's having a great evening, and we will catch you next time.